Hello, hello, hello. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Victor here from www.veuniverse.com. I hope everyone is taking the necessary precaution to stay safe against the coronavirus, aka COVID-19. So I'm going to be using both. I'm going to use coronavirus or COVID-19 haphazardly. So when I mention that, it pretty much means the same. So today I'm just going to be talking how the coronavirus is affecting the stock market. As we all know, the stock market is a huge chunk of the economy. So if the stock market is affected, it now, might move into different sectors of the economy itself. What I will be talking is, I will target some of the blue chips companies. We all know the blue chip companies are companies with over $1 billion market cap. So we're talking of Google, we're talking of Microsoft, we're talking of Amazon. These are all blue chips companies. So first I will start with some of those blue chips companies and see how they are performing when it comes to what is going on with the stock market itself. But before I proceed, I want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. For those who have taken their time to subscribe to my channel, I want to say a big thank you. And if you're here for the first time, please do me a favor. Please pause and press on the red subscribe button right there. Yeah, that one, yeah. When you press on it, it will change from red to gray. That means you've subscribed. And one last favor, there is a bell button beside it. When you press on that, that will notify you anytime I upload a new video. So thank you very much for subscribing and coming back to watching my videos. So if I want to talk about the blue chips company, how they are affected, I'm going to be using Yahoo. I will use Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is a very good tool. It's up to date with the stock market. It's one of the good tools for analytics. I'm also going to check with my stockbroker, which is Questrade, to see how it affects the market. But before I get into the blue chips company, I want to dedicate a minute of silence. The minute of silence that I'm dedicating is just to commemorate the hardworking men and women who are putting their life out there to try to eradicate this epidemic or this pandemic. Some kids call it a monster. So a minute of silence to commemorate all this hardworking, especially the World Health Organization, WHO. So a moment of silence, please. Okay, so let's go on. So first on my list on the companies that I want to look at Google. So you can see I'm right in front of Yahoo Finance, which is a very good tool for if you are in the stock market. This is where you normally go to get all the updated information. So Google, the ticker symbol of Google is GOOG. If you look at it, it says alphabet. I know everyone who is in YouTube or a content creator on YouTube, you pretty much know that YouTube is owned by Google. But do you know that Google has a parent company which is like an umbrella to Google? It's called Alphabet. So as you can see, Google, here is Alphabet. When I click on it, it now brings up, Alphabet GOOG, which is Google. So right now, Google is selling for $1,278. That is a big drop of what it was initially. You see, when this crisis happened, when things like trade war between nations happen, when things like epidemic, like what we have now with, the COVID-19, it also affects the stock market. Even politics also affect the stock market. So what happened is that you will start seeing the stock market going down, which is a dip. It will quietly goes down, which is a dip. When that happens, unfortunately, it might be affecting the economy. However, Investors, that's what they like because that would make investors rich. So investors, I will tell you, bring it on. They have chunk of money preparing to buy when the market goes down. So looking at the analytics right now for Google, let me check today. Let me go 5 days ago. Let me go a month ago. When you look at it, Google was on an all-time high. It was selling for 1,520. What happens today, it's selling for 1,276. Look at next week, last week. Last week was the best week so far with the market when it comes to the coronavirus because there was a huge dip, especially February 26th last week. Look what happened. Google came right down. It came right down. It came right down. Right at, you check it right here. It came right down to like 1,200. And then it starts going back up. As you can see, it starts going back up. Now it's at 1,275 and change. It's still low as compared to when it was at the top, which is around 1,500. So investors take opportunity, they buy it now, they have chunk of money ready, they buy all these shares. And if the coronavirus goes away, the stock market rolls back up like a baby, they buy. So you can see Google itself, they have a hit. So that's about Google. The next on my list is, let's go to the next on my list, which is Amazon. Everyone knows about Amazon. Ticker symbol of Amazon is AMZN. And you all know about Jeff Bezos, very successful e-commerce. Everything is going online. That's why there's a chunk of money in online services and products. So it's a wake-up call for most investors right now. Amazon is one of the most profitable companies right now in the world. There's no question about it, no doubt about it. Right now, it's selling for $1,882. That is still very high. But guess what? What happened? Check what was Amazon within a couple of months ago. Amazon was an all-time high of $2,174. But because of the crisis, Amazon dropped down. Remember I talked about the bear market and the bull market? So this is a bearish market. See how Amazon is coming down. It's coming down slowly, coming down slowly. And just like I said again, last week was the best week of the stock market. February 26th, Amazon came right down to 1,000. It goes down, down. It came down. Look at the peg right down here. It's still what? It was okay, $1,832 from an all-time high. From an all-time high. So this is still an extrapolation of the graph, but that's exactly what happened. If you can look the number of days, the number of months, it from over 2,000, it came down to 1,882. So that's still a huge drop. Next on my list, we go to Microsoft. We all know Microsoft, Bill Gates, your Windows computer operating system, doing so good, very profitable company. The ticker symbol or the symbol that Microsoft represents or the symbol that they use on the stock market is MSFT. So Microsoft Corporation. So Microsoft, for some reason, I don't know why the share of Microsoft is not really on the top like the Amazon or the Google. However, they also had a dip, a bearish market. So when you look at it right now, Microsoft is selling for $159. If you look at 5 days ago or you look at a month ago, the same thing. There was a huge drop. Look how it was dropping. And again, last week was the hit. It came down to February 26th. It dropped down to 158. Now it's starting to go back on. And today it's at what? 159. When there was an all-time high. All-time high was almost $200, but now it dropped down. Again, investors are sitting down there, they are watching. There are people now who are lavishing money on this. They'll buy more and hold. People have $5,000, $10,000 just waiting when there is a crash and they buy. These are Bill Gates, there is no question about it that it's a profitable company. It's going to bounce back up. There's no doubt about it. But because of the crisis in the world, it got a hit on the market. So that's it. I've spoken about how the coronavirus is affecting the market. Again, my heart goes out to all those who are affected in one way or the other. But on the other hand, investors are taking this advantage. They are taking opportunities of when the market is going down and they will try to buy and hold. I'm going to say this. The stock market is very volatile. People buy and sell, buy and sell. The only time you lose money in the stock market, secret number one, the only time you lose at the stock market is when you sell, when you sell low. So when the crisis happens and you decide to sell now, then you lose. Because if you don't sell, it will eventually come up. That's why Warren Buffett said, and I quote, the stock market is a device. So most people who are impatient now, they will be scared and panicking. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my money. Oh, my money is going away. But the real people in the stock market, they don't panic. They just laugh. They are like, oh, my money going to come back up because of course, Microsoft will proceed. Of course, Amazon will succeed. Of course, all these companies, Google, which company can even compete with Google? They will still succeed. But the fact that there is a crisis, it tends to bring down their share value. So that's what it happens. So people got to look at this and know exactly what is happening. One more thing. Stock market is a very smart game. It's not like jackpot where you go in, put money and pull it. You got to be intelligent. It's a smart game. You got to be intelligent and wise. So if recession happen in the world, something like trade conflicts, you saw the trade conflict that happened between the US and China, epidemics, like what is happening right now, when all these things happen, it affects the market. Talk about recession. Most people were thinking by now there might have been another recession. Thinking that, oh, if recession happen, what will happen? Recession is normally going to affect the middle class or the poor. The people, the investors are happy when there's a recession. They sit down and they laugh. When I talk about investors, I talk about like people in the Shark Tank. We talk about Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful, Damon John, Mark Cuban. We can also talk about people like Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki. When recession happens, these people, what they do, when all those share prices comes down, you know what they do? They have chunk of money sitting somewhere, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. As it goes down, that's when they buy. That's when they become millionaire. That's one of the secrets that the rich people don't tell the middle class or the poor. They make money instantaneously. Somebody can have $20,000 waiting for the recession. Just imagine if this stock goes down, if Amazon goes down to $500 or $200, you think I'm not gonna buy? I'm gonna buy like 5 or 6 shares. Then when it comes back, oh, what happened? Instant money, just like that. So that's how the stock market is being affected by the coronavirus. So now, secondly, let's move on to why and how I bought my Tesla share. First, before I go into that, I'm going to talk about why I did not buy Tesla in the first phase. I'm an electrical engineer. I should have known better. When Tesla started way back, they were manufacturing electrical vehicles, electric cars. Some electrical engineer, including myself, were skeptical that how can a company using electric produce an electric car, and they are thinking that there will be electric charging station everywhere in the city. Like let's say you move close by 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. Will the city be able to accommodate that changes and revamp their infrastructure to enable all those charging stations? That's the question that we had, which was unanswered at that time. But little did we know that this is first world. Tesla is what I'm talking about. It's an American company. They manufacture electric cars. This is first world. It is not third world or developing countries. So they have the facilities and the cash to revamp their infrastructure. But we fell short on that. And that's why most electrical engineers did not buy at the first phase. But this time around with the recession, I'm not going to miss it. So that's the reason why I did not buy it, because I was thinking it's impossible to have electric station everywhere. And so do some of my friends. So that's why we did not buy. But now, let me explain to you why I'm buying Tesla. Tesla went up to an all-time high, almost getting to, it's over $1,000 a share initially. Forget about the crisis. Now, why am I buying Tesla? One, Tesla falls within my industry, which is electrical, kind of. Even though you have Tesla, they also own some subsidiaries, which is like Solar City. They also own Maxwell Technology. But it falls within my industry. That's why I have interest in Tesla. Because again, I can easily check their report and know how they are doing. That's why I decide to stick with them and buy them right now. The second reason, again, why I am buying is because right now there is a drop. The coronavirus have affected Tesla. If you can see, let me type in Tesla. The ticker symbol or the symbol in the stock market is TESLA. That's Tesla. So you can see right now Tesla is selling for what? 688. But look at a month ago, Tesla was all-time high, almost $1,000. So you see the crisis again. The best time, if you wanted to get Tesla would have been last week, February. Sorry, it was last week, which was February the 26th, where it came down to 667. I was sitting down watching Tesla go down. I was thinking it will continue down to around, $500 or less for me to buy like three or four. But before I noticed, it started going back up. So while it was going back up, I caught it. Right now, I've switched to my broker. I caught it when it was going back up, right at 743. That's when I bought it. So you can see how I placed my order. I bought Tesla at 743. I was thinking that, oh, maybe the coronavirus is almost gone. It's now trying to go back up. I had to catch it somewhere. If you don't catch it, it bounces back up. There's no way you can buy it. So that's the reason why I caught it at 74. But what is happening? It looks like the coronavirus, more cases are coming up. It's still dropping. Now it's on 688. And if it continues to go down, if it goes down right up to $500, I will eventually buy more, because the lower it goes, that's another secret of the stock market: buy low and sell high. So people are right there. At this point, it was trying to bounce back. When it's trying to bounce back, I know I'm not going to make money because I don't want to buy high. I'll wait until it comes back down before I buy. I mean, for crying out loud, why would I buy a share for $743 for crying out loud? It's strange, but it's a strange word. It's because the company is a profitable company. It will eventually bounce back. So don't cry for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, I never left you. Okay, forget about that. So let's go and see Tesla. I'm right now on the internet. Let's Google Tesla, and I'm just going to show you what you see under Tesla. So the first thing you see when you Google Tesla is you see, Monk, the CEO. When you look at Tesla, what really pushed me to buy Tesla even at 743 is because of the subsidiary. Tesla owns Solar City, which they manufacture solar panels. So it's a leading manufacturer of solar panels and installing in the US, which is a huge company. They have $1 billion market cap. They also own Maxwell Technology. Maxwell Technology, what they manufacture is they manufacture inverters or converters. These are devices that you use with the solar system. So let me talk about a little bit of, since I've been doing videos, I'm doing more investment, technical concept. I haven't really get into my field, which is electrical engineer. Is it because of conflict of interest? Well, I'll just see about that. But let's talk a little bit about electricity. Maxwell Technology produce inverters and energy storage. You see, when you have solar panels on your roof or commercial building, when it absorbs sun in the form of photons, it can only utilize what it absorbed at that point. So which means it converts it and you can use it at your home. When it comes in when it's absorbed, if it happens to absorb more megawatts or more kilowatt, if you don't consume it if it's not consumed at that particular instant, it's dissipated. So it's a loss of energy. So that's where companies like Maxwell with energy storage comes into play, because they have battery banks that will store that energy At the night time, when there is no sun, you can now have energy to use. So they are trying to be very economical, not to waste energy. That's why you have storage, which they call energy storage facilities. The next one is inverters. When you look at solar panel, when it takes the sun comes in a form of DC, direct current. But you don't use direct current at your home because it's gonna burn out some of your some of your equipment. What you use is alternating current. So the equipment that they produce is called an inverter. So an inverter change from DC current to AC current. So it's like a chopper. So you can be able to utilize it at your home. So Tesla, it's a very profitable company. Even if it's going down now in the stock market, if it happens to go further down, I will eventually buy more. Especially when it goes below $500, I will eventually buy more. So that brings us to, the end of this video. If you find it valuable, please give me thumbs up. I really like thumbs up. It helps support the channel and the algorithm. Share this video. Comment down below which shares are you taking advantage of as a result of the coronavirus, aka COVID-19. Until then, I'll see you on the next video. Have a nice day. Goodbye.